Most people hesitate to reach out to a financial advisor for one simple reason. They don't know what's going to happen on that first call. Is it a sales pitch? Do you need to prepare anything? Are you going to get pushed into something? Well, let me show you exactly how that first 15-minute call actually works. Here's how that first conversation usually unfolds. First, this is not a deep dive into your finances. It's not a full planning session either, and it's definitely not a high pressure sales call. It's simply a quick conversation to figure out two things: what prompted you to reach out, and whether it makes sense to meet again. At a high level, the purpose of this call is really just to understand your situation and to decide whether it makes sense to take the next step. I'll usually start with something simple like, what's been on your mind lately when it comes to finances? Or what prompted you to reach out right now? Because most people don't reach out randomly. There's usually something behind it. And from there, we'll talk through your situation at a high level. Are you currently working with an advisor or managing things on your own? What type of accounts or assets do you have? And whether you have any bigger decisions coming up. Nothing too detailed, just enough to understand your big picture. We'll also talk about what you're actually looking for help with, what you'd like to improve, or what hasn't felt fully clear or dialed in so far. And at some point, I'll make sure there's a general fit. Most of the clients I work with have reached a point where they've built a meaningful level of assets and are looking for ongoing help with investment management and financial planning. So part of the conversation is just making sure that you're in that stage as well. At the end of the call, we decide, does it make sense to take the next step? If the answer is yes, we'll schedule a 45 to 60-minute discovery meeting. That's really where the deeper conversation happens, where we get into your situation and what's most important to you and how everything fits together. I'll walk through that in more detail in another video. If it doesn't make sense to move forward, that's okay, no pressure. The next step, which I call the discovery meeting, is the conversation where everything really starts to come together. But the real purpose of the intro call is to just make the first step easy. There's no preparation needed, no pressure, just a quick conversation. If you've been thinking about reaching out, but weren't sure what that first step looks like, I hope this gives you a more clear picture.